Hi everybody, it's Dara, and I wanted to share with you what I am up to in the kitchen because it's just promoting a lot of life force, especially when we soak things, when we have things soaking, there's activity. If anybody's bored, consider learning a new recipe or learning a new skill. I on the Doobie Universe on Instagram am sharing new animations. I'm learning how to animate and procreate on my iPad. Hey Bradley, I am soaking cashews to make a probiotic cashew cheese. So that will be fun. I'll show you. That's going to take a couple of hours. Hi, Sunshine here. If I was going to change my name, it would be Sunshine Love. Hi, Maritza. So I soaked mung beans because I wanted to cook them. And then I looked up a recipe and hi, Lisa Marie. And I found a recipe for what is this called? And I will modify it because that's what I do, but mung bean and coconut curry. So I'm going to use a can of coconut milk. I am going to, let me see if I can get your comments up here on the screen so I can still move around. Yep, there we are. Can't be bored when in the kitchen. You can't be bored. Get your greens on. Every morning I make a smoothie without fail. And for those of you who can't get kale or greens, hopefully you have spirulina, but I use kale, banana, spirulina, chia seeds, some fruit, maybe acai powder, a pinch of salt. I put in lycium fruit. You can put in anything with vitamin C. Love and good health to you too. And make the most of this opportunity to organize your closets, clean out your spice cabinet, look up a new recipe. See what you can do. Oh, there you all are. Sue and Whitney, Pauline, Beth, Patty. So I want everyone to be healthy and happy, and we know to get your greens on. We know how to take care of ourselves with fruit and vegetables. We also need to maintain our mental health, good mental health, and that comes from surrounding ourselves with information that is uplifting. I always add a pinch of salt to sweet things because it brings out the sweetness and it brings out the flavor. That's my little magic, part of my little magic. So that's why I add a pinch of salt. So we have our mung beans. I just made fresh oat milk. All this is oats and water and a pinch of salt. Sometimes I put dates. I've been using my almond cow, the machine that I debated over getting for a couple weeks because I'm like, do I really need it? I make it in the blender. I use the nut milk bag. This is more sanitary and more amazing. Yes, you're welcome for me checking in. I wanted to share love and light from the kitchen. And Bradley, I'm glad I'm keeping you accountable because there's no excuses. We can't run out and get food that easily. I mean, maybe some of you can get food delivered, but like have oats in the house, have rice, have beans, have spices, spice it up, shake it up. So I'm glad. My mission at this point is to share love and light, to share positivity, and that is what I'm up to. That is my natural state. I can't help it, and that is what I do. So I've been using this time to create, to clean, to organize. Hi, you're a North Node in Cancer. So you're blown away. You are, okay, so Bradley took his North Node video. So if any of you want to know what makes you happy, I'm doing my North Node activities. My North Node is in Taurus. So making fresh oat milk, creating beauty in my home, noticing flowers. And so Bradley is Cancer, and that means home. This is a really good time to pull you into your North Node. The North Node represents your life's purpose, your reason for being. And so when you do the little North Node things, your spirit's gonna be happy and then it multiplies and big opportunities come your way. So for Bradley with his North Node in Cancer, he would want to be really paying attention to his intuition, his emotions, be home, be with family. You adore churches and even have a perfume that all my friends say smells like a church. How amazing. That was a really special video I did, Bradley, that day. I couldn't film in the apartment that I was staying in Lisbon. And I was so determined to finish the course because I feel so passionate about the North Nodes that you saw in the video that it was kind of magic. I just went to a special spot where I had seen a pink rose, and I was invited in by this woman who said, you can sit in our chapel. And it was really, really special. So I'm glad you liked it. It has literally lifted up my energy this week. That's what the North Node information does. And I made it with so much love. I am diffusing today. Sometimes I diffuse eucalyptus, sometimes lavender. It was so magical. I'm so glad you like it. Patrick is a Cancer North Node. I know that North Node really well. And it's so important for you to choose home and family over anything else. So this is, weirdly enough for you, Bradley, this is your time, Cancer North Node. So I'm going to be making a video about this particular time and the North Nodes and things you can think about. For Capricorn North Node during this time, this is a really good time to plan and organize and create structure for your business. You are here to leave a legacy of sorts. So this would be a good time to take the time to think about ways in which you can be more Capricorn. And funnily enough, I can be an expander for you because I am a Capricorn. So whatever your North Node sign is, if you find a friend or someone to follow who is a full expression of that sign, that's what you need to like embody. So Gemini North Node, you still get to communicate, you still get to teach. This is a perfect time to think about what you're going to be sharing, writing about, talking about. So Bradley, find out what house. You could do the part 2, the house placement. And I'm so glad you like to talk about the nodes, you guys, because I will come back and make a special live video for that if you would like, because I love, love, love talking about it. Oh, everybody wants to know. Leo North Nodes. Well, I'm another person to follow at this time too, because I have to tell you, I have been having fun. And so everything we do can be a celebration, blessing and enjoying making this almond milk. Being a little risk-takey, being, I like to say, the face of something, and being generous, and being really involved in your own self-pleasure. You know, we're talking about the North Nodes, Marissa, and you can go find out about it on my website. You can just read what I have to say about the nodes, and you can look up your North Node for free. You can also look up your house placement for free. And then I did these little $21 videos for each of the nodes, and I wrote like a 10-page mini book on the house placement for them. So you can find out. I broke it down for you. I have made it palatable like I did raw food all of those years ago. So the other thing that's really exciting is that you can take the time. If you're bored, peel some garlic. Garlic is so good for you. Antibacterial, antifungal. We have habanero. I have little bits of turmeric. I'm going to chop all this up, and I'm going to put coconut oil in the bottom of a pan with whole cumin seeds and toast them. You like toast them. It's called the tadka in Indian food. It's like when you roast and bring out the flavor of seeds, and then you make this little sauce and you blend it, you add the tadka to the dal, to any kind of bean, and you have this gorgeous dal. I am experimenting today. I am going to roast the cumin seeds in coconut oil. I'm going to add the crushed chopped garlic, the turmeric, the ginger, the habanero, and then I'm going to add some tomato sauce out of a can, which is really unusual for me, but at this time, these are the times. And then I'm going to add in these mung beans, and it will simmer for like 20 minutes and cook. It's about 40 minutes to cook. I'm going to let you know what's in this lady. Who is she? Hey Nutrition Lady. She's super cute, and you can look her up. Hey Nutrition Lady. Her name's Katie, and she was the first thing that came up, and I use my intuition when I see a recipe and I get like inspired. So she has the spices, you know, salt, turmeric, cayenne. You don't have to have fresh. Coriander seeds, cumin seeds. Let me look at her list. I'm looking at her pretty pictures. So, hi in Chicago. So let's see, it's a whole long, here we go. So she says canola oil, I will use coconut oil, 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds, 9 cloves of garlic crushed. It's about 3 tablespoons of crushed garlic, a can of crushed tomatoes. I have tomato sauce. I'm gonna modify it. 2 tablespoons of freshly grated ginger, 2 tablespoons of ground coriander. So I have ground coriander, I don't have to use the seeds. Teaspoon of turmeric, teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I'm using fresh habanero, 4 cups of water, 1 cup of mung beans, and a can of coconut milk, and limes, and fresh cilantro. So what you do is you heat in a large pot the oil, you add the cumin seeds, you cook for about a minute. When they start to darken, then you add the garlic, you add the crushed tomatoes, stir it, then you add the ginger, the coriander, the turmeric, the salt, and the cayenne. I would add the coriander, yeah, I would do that. And then you add the water, and then you add the mung beans, and you simmer. You bring it to a boil. You always bring these beans to a boil, and then you simmer, and you cover. And then at the end, you can add in the coconut milk and the fresh cilantro, and add more lime, and there you have it. And you can serve it with rice. So for me, that's like, it's just heaven, and it's so nice because you're making a pot of something that you can heat up and serve somebody else. I can serve it to Herbie, to Patrick, to bring a bowl to Jada. So love to Herbie. I gotta call him when I'm done with this. I'm gonna call Herbie. So I soak them before cooking. It makes them easier to cook. You can still cook them if they're sprouted, or you can eat those sprouted. Mine started to sprout a teeny little bit. They're so cute. They're little mung bean babies. Hi, Ani, honey. April, Robin, Kendry. I love my spray. You guys go check out Kendry, and if you like anything, you can get a Darafied discount. It's called Darafied. You got to Darify your life. So we're in the kitchen, and there's a DJ playing music. He's by himself, and he's in the lawn across. He's in his little gated area. He was playing the most beautiful music, and I was jamming, and it was really, really, really fun. And so I highly encourage you to join me on Instagram because my stories are prolific. I'm always showing what I'm up to. Yesterday was humorous. So I'm having a tonic with vegan marshmallows, my dandies. I made almond milk. I'm smelling the fresh garlic. And then I like to be done with food prep. I've decided I like to prep in late afternoon so that dinner's ready and I can set about doing my artwork late afternoon. So you got to find your own rhythm now. Can you hear me? That would be bad. I'm glad, Nico, you're going to make this. And yesterday, speaking of red cabbage, so red cabbage, yesterday my mom always made ratatouille. And for me, my way of making it is coconut oil, some garlic, some onions, and then I put in chopped cabbage. I put in chopped kale. No, actually before the kale and the cabbage, I cut the eggplant into teeny little pieces. And with salt and onions and garlic, I kind of brown and cook the eggplant. Then I add in cabbage, I add in kale, whatever veggies I have, and then I add in a little bit of tomato sauce and salt, and I just cover it and simmer. I don't overcook it, and then I serve that over rice, and it is gorgeous, and it's so, 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 so easy. So yes, it's a great idea, Robin, to prep early. And Beth, we're live. I like red cabbage, Robin, because is it more nutritious than the green? I don't know why I think so. It's probably got different nutrients because of the color, and I tend to like it because I like my food colorful, but green is fine too. And it's a great thing to have in this time because cabbage lasts a long time in the refrigerator, as do potatoes and onions and carrots. The other night, the soup that I made where I steamed like 5 carrots, and I steamed some kale, and I blended it into a soup with some lemon and a teeny touch of olive oil. I made it here. It was so heavenly. So I just really encourage at this time self-care through food. you can't be bored. If you make your smoothie in the morning and you clean up, and then you make lunch and you clean up, and then you make dinner, you're gonna feel so, so good. Oh, you can make sauerkraut too with your cabbage. That's fun. So probiotics are important. The cashew cheese I'm gonna make is gonna have probiotics, and it's gonna ferment and probably get fluffy, and it's exciting. So I will share that when I do make that. Anyway, I really just wanted to say hi. This is not a proper food video. I can chop some of this in front of you. This is like habanero, turmeric. I froze the ginger and I needed it to defrost before I peeled it. So now I can peel it with a spoon. I peel it with the back of a spoon. It's very easy and you don't waste any of the ginger. And then I'm just gonna chop it all up with a knife. I'm gonna take my time, and that's gonna saute at the bottom of the pan. And basically, you guys, this is eating medicine. So it's worth taking the time to do. And if you don't have fresh, the powdered is medicinal too. So my loves, the best way to be happy and to be healthy is to boost your immune system, which is done through eating an enormous amount of vegetables and not eating weird bad food, as I call it, OPF, other people's food, or the offenders. It's not time for gluten. It's not really a time for weird processed food. So just so you know, you can manage. Germs are everywhere, all over the world at all times. The best way to ward it off is to mind your mental health, mind your mood. Don't watch the news. Read a couple articles. Don't hang out with people who are freaking you out. And also to eat the vegetables. Practice self-care. Take a bath. Sleep enough. Get some body movement. Yesterday I went to the beach. Thank you for the thumbs up. So thank you, Beth. So yesterday I went to the beach. I go for a walk every day, and I had read that it was closed, but there were still a few people walking on the beach, and I walked right past the sheriff guys on bicycles, and I'm like, are they gonna chase me? Like, well, that would be like a very funny video if I was being chased in the sand, but they did not. When I got to the beach, I was gonna go for a walk. I realized that I dropped my socks in the sand, so I had to go back. And when I went to pick up my socks, I realized I got this hit, dance. So I listened. I had music, headphones in, and I was dancing on the beach, like wild dancing to Prince's Let's Go Crazy, dancing to Rihanna, dancing. I was like out of breath and worked up a sweat. And then all of a sudden, there were like helicopters, and there was one helicopter, and there was a truck heading my way, about to tell me to remove myself from the beach. So of course I left the beach, but what it did for me was remind me that we can dance, we can turn on our favorite songs and move our bodies. However little movement you can do, it doesn't matter. Little bits work themselves into bigger. It was so much fun. There was this lady who walked by me, this young woman, and she just smiled so huge at me and thumbs up. And so we really have to move our bodies. Happy days. Just got off the mountain doing my nature work in sunshiny Arizona. Now eating couscous and some beans. Beautiful. I'm so happy to see you too. Lolita, love Lolita. Things are, they're trying to manage the disease. And the really number one best thing we can do is eat our garlic, have some oregano oil, eat our greens every day, boost our mood and boost our immune system. So that's what I have to say. I am living it. I am, this time, because I work from home and I'm always creating, it's just less distraction. There is really nowhere to go. So I'm making food, and I have not felt this good. Before I'd go pick up food at Erewhon, or I wouldn't be so focused on food. And now, because I'm feeding myself daily with my own food and my own love, it literally is like eating love. So I'm highly recommending that. Find the things that bring you joy. Yeah, Venice is so chill. You're doing tabbouleh tonight. That is so good. Spending time in your kitchen is like loving yourself. So, oh, you're both in Arizona. Yeah, some of us are going to end up feeling better after this because we will have stopped running around, stopped intaking things that don't work, that don't serve us. You know, you might want to get some royal, I'm back to my old tricks, like I'll have a little bit of royal jelly and a little teeny teaspoon, not even a teaspoon of bee pollen. I have a little rose water in my water. I take my supplements. I have a tonic once or twice a day. Making kombucha is lovely. So it's time to do the things, to read the books, to clean out the closets, to mind the food and mind the mood. And that's what I'm saying. And I will be your shining living example. So I'm showing up here to connect with you, my beautiful family. And big hugs. I don't know if I've been, it looks like I've been frozen. I don't know. Oh, Tiana. Maybe you guys can connect with each other. We're under the umbrella, the Dara family umbrella. Tiana, I appreciate you too. Okay, I'm not frozen. Love, Dara's tricks. It's my tricks and tips for staying happy. I'm getting sunshine every day. I am making beautiful things, and that is the jam. It's literally my jam, and it's kind of funny because this is not much different from my normal happy place, my life. A day where I get to make breakfast, make dinner, have a little something for lunch, create, do some sessions for people, make artwork, make the house feel nice, take one beautiful walk a day, dance a little. It's a beautiful life if you do the things that take care of you, that you are, whatever makes you happy, you know, and learn something new. Yesterday I learned how to animate my little characters. They're very rudimentary, but very cute, and you can see them on the Doobie Universe on Instagram. So I'm sending you guys super big hugs. I'm glad it's what you needed to hear, April. I'm your go-to girl for minding the mood with the food. Mind the mood with the food. We can quote me on that. Mind the mood with people in a good mood, and mind your food. And if you can, if you at all can, lie back on the earth with your head on the earth. I did that on the sand. It's not boiling, it's my aromatherapy diffuser. So nothing's boiling at the moment. I am going to cook. I'm gonna cook it up. There is, if you hear the noise in the background, there's a man DJing in the house across the street. He's outside in his lawn by himself with the headphones on, making beautiful music. So I'm glad he's making my day. You guys are making my day. So it's moving energy, mind the mood with the food. Can you put that on Instagram for me? Yeah, lie down, soak up the sun, soak up the earth's energy, because I'll tell you who's happy. Mommy Earth is happy. She's happy. Everybody else is freaking out. But it's kind of like when there's a hurricane or there's like weird bad news. If you stay plugged into it, you're just going to be like, you're like eating fear, you're imbibing fear. So we want to not do that. That is not going to help our health. It's good to be informed, of course. It's good to be mindful, be safe, but also really mind the mood, okay? So I love you guys, and I am gonna see you super soon. And we'll do a North Node. If you guys are interested, we will do a North Node video. So everybody look up on my website what your North Node is, and we can talk about it. Oh, Ani, you saw it. They're so fun. Now, those were only like those were like done in 3 frames. Think about if I did like 10. Like I could do the tulip girl jumping up, waving her flower and coming back down again. Like I want to go do that. So North Node coming up. Astrogeography too, but definitely we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So maybe I'll come back live later. Either way, big fat hugs. Mind your mood with your food, and I'll see you soon.